for safety purposes from the FAA, I don't, that's what we're saying, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, that we don't have.
That we need to have the safety first, make sure that there's no problem with the approach. And in order to do that, I guess we have to table it to the next meeting. Is that right? Is that the way I understand it? I mean,
It's
to make this all come out right?
To answer your question, it's a recommendation from staff that you handle it that way. It's a recommendation, and I think it's the most effective, most legal, solid way to make the decision. If you're inclined to make a decision to approve the variance, again, you'll want to provide us with the findings to support the criteria that would approve the variance, such as, why would it be a hardship if they were restricted to a flagpole only 45 feet? But it would also give you the opportunity to wait and get that finding from the FAA. Because if you make a decision of approval today, one of the findings has to do with public health, safety, morals, order, convenience, prosperity, or general welfare. It's difficult to make that finding without knowing the FAA's stance on this, because they're making a determination as to whether it's safe or not.
We could also say that we pass this 70-foot flag pole based upon the FAA approval of that site request. Could we not?
We're not saying you cannot do that. We're just not recommending you handle it in that way. I believe it's your discretion to make that decision, and your decision would be conditioned on that.
Otherwise, I understand we're either going to postpone any further decision until the next meeting, scheduled meeting in February 4th, or you could make a different proposal.
Well, that's proposal, as you said it, I believe that's...
Is that what you would like to...
That's what I'd like to do. If it's, that way we, if it's okay through the FAA, then they can go ahead and place the flag. Is that way you...
Okay, the proposal then by Mike is to accept the variance of 70-foot flag pole based upon findings of the FAA. In favor. Findings in favor of the FAA for this flagpole. Okay? You understand that?
I'm not sure I understand that. So you're saying that you want to vote to approve the variance?
70-foot variance.
Contingent on the approval by
findings
FAA.
of the flag.
By the FAA.
By the...
As long as they don't say there's any safety reason, then they can go ahead and place the flag.
As opposed to continuing
Till next month.
till next month. Okay, can I ask you why? Why you want to do it that way?
That way they can go ahead and put it up. There's no, we've already...
No, I think for me it's just the point of, let's get on, let's do it.
Yeah. That way, once it's already been set out from last month.
Mm-hmm.
We've already made them wait for it.
It's going to take another 4 weeks for FAA anyway, right?
No, he's going to try to expedite it, he said. They're going to try to expedite it. The thing is, it may be 4 weeks, but then again, he might get the answer tomorrow. I don't know where they're at on the paperwork or anything, but if someone would call him up tomorrow and say they could go ahead and place it, if there's no safety problems, why they could go ahead and place the flag, and they've got the okay for, as he says, the flagpole has to be ordered. That way it can all be, and they want to open up around the 15th to the 20th of February. That way they can go ahead and, well, the building would be ready to open. They'd have a pole out there and a flag. Otherwise, I think that if we, in my opinion, if we wait too long, then they're going to have to place a smaller pole and a flag up there. they'll open the building up. And then once that's placed, that's when they'll remain.
I think the one thing that might be interesting is from the FAA, I don't know what their research is, I don't know what they're gonna recommend, but, part of, accepting or approving the variance is also providing the acceptance criteria. I don't know that we have enough information until they come back to us with whatever their findings are. It might help us in those findings, I don't know. Potentially.
Definitely.
I mean, I don't know what the downside of waiting to the February 4th meeting would be, just to have that information for us.
Well, there's a motion on the table, a proposal to accept 70-foot variance based upon the positive findings of the FAA.
I would need a second if there's...
Is there a second?
I would rather make a motion to wait until the February 4th meeting for
Is
FAA
it-
findings.
First, we have to...
Is there a second on that motion?
What
or-
is-
I would second that motion. I would rather wait.
There is a proposal on the table. I know, first of all.
We gotta take
Oh,
care
first
of
we
the
gotta do
proposal.
this one,
We
okay.
gotta take care of this first.
Let's get-
And if there is no second, then that dies of lack of a second.
Okay.
Okay, go for it.
I'd like to make a motion to wait till the February
Fourth. Okay.
4th meeting so that we can have the FAA findings, so we can make our decision.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say same sign?
No.
No. But the ayes carry it. So the decision from this committee is that we will have a continuance of this item to our next meeting, which is scheduled February 4th. Meetings usually start at 6:30. Do I hear a motion for adjournment?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Good night. Thank you all for coming. We're gonna take it. We're all gonna take it. Michelle's the one that put this book together in the last month.
There's an existing sign.
Who is this guy?
Maybe.
That's Professor.
Oh, okay. I see yeah, okay.
Nice to meet you. Have a good night.
And I honestly,
Yeah.